Hi, my name is Jonathan. I care about your health. I care about my health. I care about your family's health, and I care about my family's health. I'm really excited about this fourth video in the video series about cooking oil, about oil in general, because remember, you change your oil, you change your health. This video is wonderful, and I'm really excited to bring it to you because it really describes a lot of things that I knew but really didn't know. It's fantastic. My objective here is to summarize long format videos into digestible pieces that's easy for you to listen to and easy for you to watch. So this is presented by Low Carb Down Under. Not very familiar with this channel, but they do have 400,000 subscribers, so pretty darn good. This specific video has 806,000 views, and it's 36 minutes long, so it is actually a long format video. It was at least uploaded on December 23rd, 2017, and today is March 23rd of 2022. So this video is 5 years old. There are only 40 comments. Very strange. It features Nina Teicholz, Teicholz, and she is presenting in front of a live studio audience or a live conference. It's called Vegetable Oils: The Unknown Story. It's actually on YouTube, and it's a wonderful video. She talks about her book. She has a book out there, but she really gets into some of the nitty-gritty. So again, it starts with Nina, Nina, behind a podium talking to a live audience. It doesn't tell me about what conference it is. It doesn't tell me where exactly it is. But she starts out with living a lie about nutrition and about oil. It had me from the start. So again, a little bit of history. Vegetable oils are polyunsaturated. They're highly inflammatory. But public relations branded them as vegetable oils. They are not vegetable oils. They are actually seed or bean oils. They include corn, cottonseed, soybean, safflower, peanut, and canola. And I've talked about some of those in my previous videos. Polyunsaturated are unstable with double bonds. So again, highly inflammatory. When the seeds are pressed, they are highly rancid, highly oxidative, and not edible. And in fact, they were actually used as lubricants in machinery. They have to go through a hydrogenation process, which includes a pressure issue, a heat issue, a hexane solvent issue, and I've talked about that in other videos. So she goes into a little bit of that history. Again, natural fats are saturated fats. Much healthier, much more stable. We've eaten them for centuries. They are mentioned in ancient texts. They include tallow, suet, lard, butter. The plant-based ones are coconut and palm oil. They are stable and they are not inflammatory, which is wonderful. So this is kind of where I was unfamiliar with this, but she really goes into some detail. The genesis of vegetable oils, seed oils, was really started by Procter and Gamble back in the 1910s. And Crisco was the first product of Procter and Gamble. The marketing and the advertising actually targeted women. It targeted women's liberation. Don't be like grandma, do your own thing. And it targeted clean chemistry. Don't get it from an animal slaughterhouse. Don't get it, protect the animals. So clean chemistry produces better oil and women's liberation. That sounds like it's 2010, not 1910. Amazing. Margarine was kind of next on the scene. It was a the dairy industry actually fought it. They actually fought the introduction of margarine because, again, margarine is a processed oil. It is a seed oil. It is not a natural oil. It was cheaper to produce and manufacture and buy. So ultimately, the World War II kind of helped usher in this new oil because it was cheaper ultimately, and that's what sold it. The 1940s also helped stabilize the oils into a liquid form, and then bottles were introduced and made it a lot more shelf stable and that type of thing. Just again, fascinating stuff. In 1961, the American Heart Association was formed. I did not know that. I don't know a lot of history about the American Heart Association. So again, I am learning just as much as you are, and hopefully you're learning from this summarization. They recommended polyunsaturated fats in the Journal of Circulation, and that boosted the acceptance. But the American Heart Association actually has deep ties to Procter & Gamble. It's incredible. And the American Heart Association is actually the biggest nonprofit in the U.S. currently. And they produce tons of recommendations. And so they have a very strong foothold in the world of medicine today. There's someone named Ansel Keys, and he actually had a cover on Time magazine, and he promoted the diet heart hypothesis, which said that saturated fats and cholesterol is the cause of heart disease. That still exists today, and that was back in the 50s and 60s. Tina showed a wonderful graph at 11 minutes and 42 seconds that showed that the lower the saturated fats, the higher the vegetable oils. And so then you start thinking about correlations. Now remember, according to statistics, correlation does not equal causation, but if something is correlated, there's a direct relationship there. So you have to look at it. In the video at 15 minutes and 15 seconds, she goes into some studies, and she actually produces a lot of pictures and a lot of studies. And the video itself is actually quite engaging, even though she's literally standing in front of an audience, but it's a good video. The study that she goes over talks about there is no effect of saturated oils on cardiology mortality or total mortality. Total mortality, death. There is no effect on saturated oils. That's not what you hear today. That's not what you hear in the 1950s, in the 1960s, and that's not what you hear today. At 19 minutes and 17 seconds, she briefly talks about the USDA, which again is actually an agriculture department, believe it or not. And in 1980, she talked about the guidelines, and that's really when the marketing came into full force. Hydrogenated fats, processed food, that's really when you started seeing the kind of mass adoption of this stuff on a relatively, I mean, this is what, 30 years ago? At 27 minutes and 22 seconds, she talks about the dietary guidelines, the 8th edition, and they actually talk about limiting total calories from saturated fats to 10%. Today, they're talking about only limiting total calories of saturated fats to 10%. So this myth has perpetuated for at least 50, 60 years, and it even goes back into the 1910s. Mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing to me. Restaurants use the cheapest option, obviously, which are, guess what, polyunsaturated fats. But the oxidation process in frying is highly toxic and highly inflammatory and not healthy whatsoever. Heated vegetable oils are toxic, and then she actually goes into a 3-minute conversation about sludge and polymers and how they had to create a new cleaning solution to actually help get rid of the sludge and the polymers from the oxidation process in heating up these oils. My goodness, change your oil, change your health. It's amazing. At the end, she does talk a little bit about olive oil. Olive oil is a monounsaturated fat. It's kind of in between for cooking, so it's not as bad as polyunsaturated, but it's not as good as total saturated fat. It's a good cooking oil, but it's not the best. Again, remember, cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil is the best. It is best for salad dressings, but you can use it for cooking. She actually then goes into a taste test where they actually fried French fries in tallow and polyunsaturated standard processed oil. And the tallow defeated the regular standard oil hands down. It wasn't even a contest. So guess what? I want to now try tallow fried stuff. I find it fascinating. So my opinion in this, and I'm right at 10 minutes. So wonderful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Again, I knew some of this stuff, but I really didn't know some of this stuff. I love the fact that she included studies. She included random control tested studies. Randomized control testing is what you should try to do. Not always, but it's one of the best kind of studies out there. She included the marketing. She included the history. She included pictures. She included a lot of actual information that's very necessary to prove this point. To me, it reminded me of tobacco. Because back in the 50s, doctors were saying, hey, smoke Camels. Doctors recommend Camels. And now that's been proven totally incorrect, 100% incorrect. Same thing, in my opinion, with this. This reminds me of the tobacco industry. And to me, this is a paradigm shift. If you pay attention to it and you listen to it and you change it and you do it, it is a paradigm shift in your health. And so I found this fascinating. I'm going to do some more research on this. I actually know that she talks to some other people in a couple other videos. And so guess what? This is number 4. There will be a number 5. And I'm going to continue on this change your oil, change your health concept. All right, fantastic. Hope you guys have a good one.